So today I want to talk a little bit about a comprehensive women's health consult, which is something we specialize in here. There are other providers that specialize in that as well. We're not necessarily providing anything extraordinarily different, but we are doing it in a little bit different way than what we've seen in other providers. Number one, you come in for your health consult assessment. If you saw the video previously about just what that is part of the health consultant for women's hormones, but we do start with a comprehensive intake form, which is about 85 or 90 questionnaire, so that we're able to see basically a lot more information about you specifically. Once we go through the health consult, which is about 60 to 90 minutes of you filling out the intake form, or hopefully we've done that ahead of time online, and you bring it with you. But we go through your health history, any reports you have, any tests that you've had, and really what your situation is specifically and how we can look for improvements and what you're looking to improve or avoid going forward if you haven't had issues, but you know going forward you're going to, because all women are going to go through perimenopause at some point, and menopause. Once we're done with that, we're going to use Iridology to read your eyes to do an assessment of your genetic predisposition, what body systems could need support, and also then reading the whites of your eyes, which is a different term than iridology, and then that'll give us kind of a current state based on the whites and the blood vessels in your eyes. And then we'll use that along with hair, skin, and nail assessment. We'll take pictures of those unless you have nail polish on. And then we're going to be able to read some of your mineralization and how your body is doing with that, how brittle your hair is, stuff like that. And then we'll go to muscle response testing, either remote or we'll do it specifically on supplements or products and just kind of see where your body is at. What that does is allow us to then triangulate using those resources to kind of figure out what body systems need support now that can help influence you as you continue on your journey. Now, we also have several thousand different but tests that we can send out for. But for women, it's most likely going to be a Dutch test. There are three, four, or five different versions. They range from $300 to $600 and some dollars. But this gives a total picture of your hormones from a point in time in your cycle or throughout your entire cycle. They are costly, but it's great to have a window in time of where your hormones are at. This gives us another point to triangulate to know what is working and what isn't working in your system, and also where you're going to start to need support. If you do this every 3 or 4 years, it's an investment in your health and helping you to transition into menopause in as symptom-free as possible. Women didn't used to have quite the transition from perimenopause to menopause. Just within the last 50, 60, 70 years, it's gotten significantly worse in its symptoms. So that's basically our environment that's causing that. We want you to be able to transition or improve if you're just in your regular cycle or you're of the age of 20 or 30 years old. And these things help us triangulate and find body systems to support. There are costs involved, and we do not take insurance, but we also don't want insurance to tell us what to do with your health, especially women's health, which is not supported basically in a lot of areas of the medical industry. And so that's what happens when you do a comprehensive assessment here for women's health. We want to use as many modalities as possible to triangulate and help find out where your body system, which is unique from every other person and every other woman, how it can be assessed in a way and supported in a way that you find the happiest part of living that you can. Ultimately, we want you to be able to do it on your own, but usually with a health consult or health assessment with a women's health assessment, this would be an ongoing basis for maybe every 4 or 6 weeks for maybe 6 months or 8 months, because it's going to take a while for our body systems to adjust and then begin to see improvement. And then ultimately, we hope that you're able to take it on your own with lifestyle changes and see great improvements with everything that you're able to do. So that's kind of the difference between a regular health consult and a full women's health assessment. We focus more on your specific body systems as a woman versus the other, where we're focusing on the overall body systems. And ultimately, if we can, doing a hormone test would really help us would really be a benefit to know even more areas that we can triangulate and narrow down what body systems you have specifically that need support. So check us out today at mymagnolia.health. This is where you schedule. You schedule with me for that first 60 to 90 minutes. And ultimately, that's still a $50 for the first time, $25 follow-ups, and we can also adjust that if necessary if we're going to meet more regularly, but that's where you'll find me. I'm a board-certified natural health provider and focusing on women's health and women's initiatives. So there you go on what you would get specifically for a women's health consult versus the previous videos you might have saw, which was really just about what we provide here for consulting for men, for women, and go from there. We appreciate all that you do. We appreciate you checking us out. Thank you very much.